There we go. All right. Well, you guys, thank you all so much for coming on Thursday afternoon. We're going to go ahead and start with some breath work from a seated position. So go ahead and let everything get nice and comfy. Please make sure that you have your hips higher than your knees and allow your hands to come palms facing up. There we go, good. Okay, so what we're going to focus on today is a little bit of feeling sensation while we breathe. So it's like, we're going to really focus on, can we make the muscles really expand? And then can we, as we exhale, feel this lower area of the belly? So between the pubic bone and the belly button, can we take that area and feel that area really draw in, and then potentially come from the upper abdominals and actually feel it pull up just a little bit. The trick here is going to be, as you're finding this, to leave your spine really neutral. The tendency will be to go ahead and roll out into the back, and instead of doing that, see if you can just stay long through the spine, okay? Long and natural through the spine. So the first thing I want you to do is make sure that you're grounded through your sits bones and that you can feel a little bit of a J curve coming from your back. By having the J curve through the lower lumbar spine, it allows your shoulder blades to relax and gives your neck some more space. We like the space. Space is good. So when you're ready, let your eyes close. Take your first few cycles of breath and just observe where your body is today, any areas that your body may be holding tension. And if you need to do a little fidget, as I'm doing, to just make sure that everything is settled and comfortable, we always like to fidget. So just know that as your body relaxes in, things change, and you may need to adjust how you sit, how you move, how you breathe. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and just allow your body to breathe you for a few cycles of breath. Take a moment as you're letting your body do its unconscious breath. Notice the sound that your body makes as you breathe in. Notice the sound that your body makes as you exhale. Take a moment to notice what parts of your body move as you inhale. What parts of your body move as you exhale. And just take a moment to feel your body. How do your sits bones feel as you sit? Does it feel like you're placing equal weight between both sits bones? Or are you leaning a little bit more to one side? Do you feel one shoulder that's lifting a little bit more than the other? And then when you're ready, go ahead, let your hands come to your low belly. And as you inhale, feel that belly expand, bringing that breath all the way down to the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, release that breath and use those abdominal muscles to gently draw in towards the spine. And then gently up the spine just a little bit. Let everything relax. And again, take another slow, steady inhale. Feeling the belly push away, feeling the hands expand. And then as you exhale, feel that breath release. Feel that belly move in, gently massaging the spine, gently pulling up. And again, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Feeling the belly extend and open. And then gently as you exhale, feeling it draw in to massage and help the diaphragm move up against the lungs. We'll go ahead and do the next 2 cycles of breath at your pace. And then at the end of the 2 cycles of breath, just allow your body to soften and come back to a gentle diaphragmatic breath. And then once you come back, feeling your body completely relaxed, feeling a greater amount of ease and softness. Take a moment and feel the shoulders soften and relax. Take a moment to feel even as you breathe. There's a softness to the breath coming through the rib cage, down through the belly, and even as you're stable through the pelvis, there's a softness there as well. And then from this place, go ahead, let your hands come to your heart, palms facing down. We'll go ahead and sing to feel vibration in our body, massage our vagal nerve, activating our rest and digest, our parasympathetic system. So we'll sing the sound of ah, then we'll sing the sound of o, and then the sound of On your 4th breath, please put all of this together to set your intent silently, something that you most need, most desire, and making it an I am statement. So when you're ready, slow, steady diaphragmatic breath. Om. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly release your hands, palms facing down. Take a moment, feel your body, and then gently open your eyes, turning the corners of your mouth up into a smile. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of cat and cow from the seated position. So super easy. So you're going to place your hands on top of your knees. Okay, I'm going to back up just a little bit. Okay. You're going to place your hands on top of your knees. And then I want you to lean forward a little bit so that you open and lengthen your spine even just a little bit more. If crossing legs and leaning forward is uncomfortable, please feel free to bring your legs straight out in front of you. That's completely okay. So when you're ready, gently leaning forward, taking a moment, rolling into the shoulders. And what I want us to begin with is a gentle cow. So as you're here, taking that slow, steady inhale, I want you to feel the sits bones press back behind you, creating that gentle arch. Let the heart come forward and the gaze come slightly up. And then when you're ready, as you exhale, begin to curl through that lower lumbar spine, taking it all the way into the thoracic spine, tipping the chin up and into the chest, all the way up to the neck, then the cervical spine. And then again, gently, slowly allow it to release, gentle inhale. Remembering that you're not taking this to the point of pain. You're just letting your body very gently open. Making sure that every movement is the opportunity to lean in to something that feels pleasurable. One more time, slow, steady inhale. And exhale. And then from here, just very gently circle your body in a clockwise motion. Just noticing how your body feels as you do this. Arms are bending, arms are straightening. And then the next time you come up to 12 o'clock, go ahead and reverse it, moving in a counterclockwise motion. And then gently, when you hit 6 o'clock, just gently come into a smaller spiral and come back to upright seated, seated. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to have problems with my words today. I'm sorry. Too much writing this morning. Let's go ahead and bring your arms out. Spread wide through the fingertips. Let them sparkle. Let them move. Take those inner edges of the shoulder blades, gently draw them together. As you exhale, allow them to release. And then I want you to gently drop into that left hand and sweep that right arm over. You can bend into the left arm if that's comfortable. Gently breathe into that right side. And slowly, gently release that. Inhale, bring it back up, arms out. Find that gentle squeeze, inner edges of the shoulder blades. Exhale, gently drop into that right hand. Bring that left arm up and over. Open. And just as we're doing this, moving into just these nice opening, soft movements, take a moment just to notice if you have one side that's tighter than the other, no judgment. Inhale, sweep it back up. This time I want you to bring your arms down. So now we're doing a little bit of reverse cactus arms. What I want you to do is very gently, you're going to continue keeping your elbows up to gently push those fingertips behind you and just notice any tightness or sensation that you get. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring those arms all the way up, coming into upright cactus arms. And again, this time, bringing the fingers back, allow the elbows to pronate forward. Oh, good. Let that release, arms float down, roll the shoulders. And again, take this left hand, plant it, a deep inhale, sweep that right arm up and over. This time, if your body says yes, you're going to take this from an open side movement to very gently, and I want you to really focus on squeezing that left side. Really focus on squeezing that left side of the core. Gently, slowly begin to twist the torso. This right hand can come down, or you can keep it in front of you. It all depends on what your body's telling you to do. But what's most important is I want you to squeeze through the core on that right side. Breathe deeply, or into the left side. Breathe deeply into the right side. 2 more cycles of breath. And then gently, slowly, I want you to release that, sweep that arm all the way out, up, come all the way back up. And as long as your body says yes, we're going to bring our arms back out one more time. Gentle squeeze into the backs of the shoulder blades. Bend into the elbows, and now very gently work to bring the forearms together. And if you can only get this far, that's great. Really honor what your body can do. Please don't push. So like today, because I've been spending too much time in front of my computer, I can't really get my elbows together right now. They're going, no, we've been typing. It's too tight. Gently, slowly release. Let those arms open up. If your body says yes, twinkling the fingers, I want you to sweep the arms behind you. Oh, gently wrap that right hand around your left wrist. Bend the elbows. And one more time, I want you to squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together. Breathe deeply. One more cycle of breath. And then very gently, slowly release that. Roll the shoulders, big roll. Okay, now we're looking at the right hand. Gently lay that down. Inhale, sweep that left arm up and over. Breathe deeply here. And then when you're ready, I want you to very gently, you're squeezing now through this right side. Squeeze into that right side and gently twist into that left. Allow that left hand to sweep down. Soften and breathe here while you're squeezing through that right side. One more cycle of breath. And then gently release that left arm, sweep it all the way out, up, and back down. Okay, one more time. Place your hands to the front, shift the body weight forward, and let's take very slow, very gentle circles. And just observe how your body feels now versus how it felt when we did this the first time. The next time you reach 12 o'clock, I want you to reverse the movement. And then the next time you reach 6 o'clock, go ahead and stop. There we go. Beautiful. Good. Okay, you guys, here we go. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of, we're going to practice a few cycles of the transverse abdominal breath from tabletop. So if you know that your arms get tired, you can also do this from either a kneeling position, or you can do this from, either from, hips to heels this way, Virasana, or you can do this from a kneeling position, okay? So please make sure that you are not staying too long in the posture if your body says, this is not my favorite posture. Okay, so here we go. Coming down. The other thing that you can do, y'all, and that is that if wrist extension like this is too much, please, you can always do a blanket. So that the heels of your hands are just slightly higher. That takes a lot of pressure off the arms. Just simply doing that, okay? All right, you guys, so from here. So just as we started, I want you to feel what happens. So place one hand, if possible, on the low back, and I want you just to feel it round. Then gently come out of that, and I want you to gently feel it arc. So you're pushing your belly down. Now I want you to see if you can find neutral. Once you find neutral, let that hand come down. So we're going to do that same diaphragmatic breath that we did. We're just going to do it from this position. So as you inhale, I want you to push your belly. Now it's going to come down towards the floor. So inhale, pushing the belly. And then as you exhale, use your muscles to gently draw it in and up without changing the length of the spine. Again, slow, steady inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, gently draw it in. And up. And then one more time, slow, steady inhale. Good. And then gently, slowly allow that to release. So from here, we're going to go ahead and just start lengthening into our hips. So let's come into a kneeling pose. Okay. If anybody's worried about balance, y'all, please grab your chair and place your chair over to the side so that you can grab it. There we go. Lovely. Good. Okay. So start with your hands on your hips. Take a moment and allow the hips to shift over to the left. And then shift the hips over to the right. Notice what your body's telling you. One more time. And this time, as you're shifted over to the right, I want you to get very light with the left leg and step that left leg forward. There you go. Good. Beautiful. Nicely done. Good. All right. Now, please know, I want you to pay very close attention to what's happening through your belly and also through the front of your thigh, so the top of your quadricep. So making sure that the knee and the ankle stay stacked on that left leg, hands to the hips. I want you to very gently, slowly sink into the lunge. Okay. And if it starts to feel like it's too much through the front of the thigh or up into the core, try squeezing the right glute, not the left, but the right. And just notice how that feels for you. And then gently, slowly allow that to release and come back. If that felt like that was okay, the next thing I want you to do is curl underneath your toes. Okay? Don't have to, only if it feels okay. And then one more time, gently, slowly come in. Again, if this starts to feel like this is too much, squeeze into that right glute. Breathe. And then gently, slowly back it out. This next time, only if your body says yes, we're going to lengthen into that right leg. So one more time, when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. As you exhale, sink in. And then when you're ready, lift and press into that right leg. Oh, breathe. And pretend like you love your body right here. I want you to squeeze into that right glute because that's going to help you align through the hips. Breathe. And then gently, slowly, hands to hips. Come down to the knee. Come down to the top of the foot. When you're ready, come back out and then step that left leg back. Oh, how are we doing, you guys? Good? All right, here we go. From here, you're either going to come down, depending on what your body is telling you, to your forearms. You can come down, keep the flexion out of the knees if you've got grumpy knees, and come down into puppy. Or you can bring your hips back towards your heels and take child's pose. And just take a few cycles of breath to make sure that everything is happy. Okay? So this is what we're kind of going to be doing today, where we're going to ask the muscles to work, and then we're going to back out and see if we can't bring everything back into more relaxation. And very gently, slowly release that. Come back into tabletop and then come back up to the knees. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, so just like we did before, I want you to shift your hips over to the left. Shift your hips over to the right. Checking in with the spine as we do this. Shift the hips over to the left. Shift the hips over to the right. One more time, over to the left. Get light through that right leg and step that right leg forward. Lovely. Okay, you guys. So just take a moment and let your body connect into right here. If your body says yes, you're going to go ahead and just drop those hips in, making sure that the right knee and ankle are stacked now. If this starts to feel like it's too much through the left quadricep, squeeze into the glute a little bit. Left glute. Breathe. And then very gently, slowly, come back out. Okay? When you're ready, if your body says yes, curl underneath the left toes. Got it? And again, gently, slowly, come in. Breathe. If you need to, squeeze through the glute. Gently, slowly bring that out. If your body said yes to both of those things, this time we're going to lift up. So when you're ready, gently lengthen yourself back in. And when you're ready, squeeze through this left glute, lengthen into the left leg. Breathe. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. Bend back into that left knee. Come onto the top of the left foot. Gently, slowly shift the body weight into the left side and step the right foot back. Okie dokie. Here we go, you guys. So again, depending on what your body's telling you, you can bend at the arms, you can come down into puppy, or you can come into child's pose. Beautiful. Just allow everything to relax and allow everything to soften. Really nice. Good. Okay, so the same lateral movements, we're going to make a similar lateral movement now. I want you to walk your hands over to the right, and I want you to shift your hips over to the left. So you can do this from whatever variation you're in. I want you to breathe deeply into that left side. And then gently, slowly release. Bring the hips back to center, hands back to center. And then very gently walk the hands over to the left. Bring the hips over to the right. And again, breathe into that right side, squeezing into the left. Feeling that gentle opening. And then very gently release. One last time, come back to center. Couple cycles of breath in child's pose. And then gently, slowly release. Walk yourself back up. Okay. Those of you that are, let's see, balance might be a little iffy today. That would be me. You're going to pull your chairs out. If you feel solid, don't worry about a chair. You're going to need a block. If you don't have a block, a paper towel roll will be perfect. So grab a roll of paper towel. Okay. Okie dokie. So we're going to start with lifting our heels just a little bit. So you're going to grab your blanket, and depending on how much you adore squats, is going to be how much lift you give to the back of your feet. So notice I have it towel down and then heels on the towel. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is nice. One moment, please. I need to change the camera. I completely forgot. Oh, we're having a good day. Can I blame this on the wind, please? I would love to be able to blame my spaciness today on the wind. I think I should be able to, yes? Yeah, okay, good. All right, good. I'm getting thumbs up. So yes, it's the wind, right? Okay, here we go. So you've got your chair here just in case you lose your balance. So don't worry. Remember, we are supposed to be doing this to have fun. So please look at this as a space of exploration and play. In the spirit of play, I practiced galloping across my yard today, right? It was like I was doing something on gait, and it's like, oh, I remember galloping. So I went outside and I galloped. The dogs thought it was great. They got much more excited than they do when I run. So here we go. Okay, block or paper towel roll is there as I need it. And here we go. So spread wide through the toes. Hands come to the hips when you're ready. Very simple. All I want you to do is just roll onto the balls of your feet and lift your heels. And just notice if you can balance just like this. And then exhale, gently bring the heels down. If that was something that felt doable, then you can take it to the next phase, which is when you're ready, slowly, steady inhale, come on to the balls of the feet. Once you anchor into your balance, then I want you to just very gently begin to bend into your knees. See if you can squeeze a little bit through your glute. That will help alignment with the knees. And just gently come down a little bit. We're just kind of playing here. And then gently, slowly release that and bring the heels back down. Okay. Next step now is we're, instead of going high, we're going to go low. So when you're ready, gently, little bit of squeeze in the glute, little bit of activation through the core, and gently, slowly begin to bend into your knees. Now you're only going to go down as far as is comfortable. This is why we have the extra weight. I don't want anyone with unhappy knees. So you're only going to take this as far as your knees say, I want to go. Once you've done that, grab your block if you can, while still keeping your knees bent. Here we go. Okay. Place your hands on the far sides of the block. And when you're ready, still holding this, I want you to take a deep inhale up. Bring the block up over the head. Breathe. Bring the block down. And squeeze through those glutes. I want you to straighten the legs. Woo! Gentle little bit of opening through the tummy. And then a little bit of walking side to side, a little bit of swishing side to side. Release that. Anybody get that nice little hamstring rush when we straightened our legs? Your body went, wow, that was a lot of work. Yeah. Okay, here we go again. Lainey's probably going, you all are a little strange, but I love you. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to do this again, but we're going to add a little bit more movement with our block, okay? So when you're ready, we're going to go low again. So you've got your hands on your block. Squeeze lightly through the glutes, gently bend into the knees, only going as far down as is comfortable. When you hit that comfortable spot, inhale, bring the arms up. And when you're ready, gently roll just a little bit through the upper torso over towards the right. Breathe. And then when you're ready, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, gently roll just a little bit over to the left. Breathe. Pretend like you are loving this and release. Bring it up. Okay. Woo! Shake it out. We're going to place our blocks over to the side for just a moment. Okay. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to take our lunge, but we're going to come from the top back. So those of you that know that holding this might be too much, make sure that you have your blanket so that if you need to bend your knee, which is always okay, you've got the extra padding for it. So again, we're coming towards the front of the mat. The chair is here for balance if we need it. So when you're ready, hands to the hips or hands to the back of the chair. I want you to take this left foot, I'm waving my left foot, and bring it so the toes are just behind the back legs. Shift your body weight, and now I want you to take a large step back with your right. Okay. And breathe. Okay. When you're there, see if you can release your hands. If your body says yes and you would like to do a little bit more, you're going to take this right hand and bring it to the right hamstring. When you're ready, inhale, open into that left hand. Turn it so the hand is now pointing behind. And then inhale, gently roll back. So just a little bit of reverse lunge. Breathe. Release. Bring that left hand back up. Right leg, I want you to, instead of being on the toes, I want you to plant that right foot. So did everybody see what I just did? So here's my right foot up on the toes. I'm going to pivot the toes out so that I can get my entire foot down. Does that feel good? Everybody okay with that? Can you feel how that makes you really secure, right? Between the two, lots of security. Good. Okay, straighten this left leg. Your left leg may thank you and go, thank you, that was very nice. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. You're going to slide the left hand down. Inhale that right arm up. And just very gently, very slowly, begin to bring yourself in. From here, you're going to take that left hand, bring it up, interlace the fingers, and breathe. Sing a song. And breathe. One more cycle of breath. And gently, slowly release the left hand. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Roll the shoulders. How are we feeling, you guys? Good? Next step. You've got the back of your chair in case you need it. I want you to bend into this left leg. And I want you to step that right leg out and up. So now we only have about 2 feet in between us. And we're going to adjust our stance. So the left leg may need to come out to the left. The right leg may need to come out to the right. But I want it so that both of your hip bones are facing forward. Okay? It should be comfortable. You should be able to go, okay, I'm just kind of like mid-walking stance, right? Everybody feel that? Okay, good. All right. Wrap your hands. You're going to take your hands behind. You can either wrap hand around a wrist or you can take hands up by your elbows. Take a deep, slow, steady inhale. And then exhale, gently, slowly, begin to hinge forward. And you're just going to come down about halfway. And just take a couple cycles of breath here and get comfortable. See if you can find a sense of ease with this posture. And then what I want you to do is place your hands on your hips, and I want you to start playing with your hips. So what happens if you drop your right hip and lift your left? How does that feel for your legs? Then I want you to come back to neutral. And then I want you to try dropping the left hip and lifting through the right. And how does that feel? And then come back to neutral. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, press down through your feet. I want you to squeeze through those glutes and gently bring yourself up. Very nice. Beautiful, you guys. If your body says yes, you're going to release that right foot and step it up so that it comes just behind the chair. Oh, sorry, making noise. Okay, all right. So we have both of our hands and our feet just behind the chair if you're using a chair. Hands to the hips. I want you to shift your body weight into that right leg and then step that left leg back. Okay, and go ahead, come onto the ball of the foot and gently bend into the knee. Breathe here for a moment. Take a moment and I want you to squeeze into that left glute, making sure that both hips are parallel. Lovely, very nicely done. Good. So from here, if your body says yes, this time, left hand to the back of the left thigh. Inhale that right arm up and gently reverse, just a little bit. Reverse the hand and breathe. A little bit of reverse lunge. And then gently, slowly release the right hand. Let it come down. Left hand releases. Now, again, if you need to, you can place fingers on the back of the chair. You're going to ground into that left foot. Okay, so notice again what I did. I came from the ball of the foot and just pivoted so that now my entire foot is on the ground. Got it? You good? Awesome sauce. Okay, so from here, oh, breathe. We're going to go ahead and reverse the warrior on this side again. So gently, slowly. Oh, you know what? No, that's right. Take your left hand behind. Inhale, sweep that right arm up. Breathe. And gently release. Straighten into the leg, the right leg. I gave us a little extra on this side that we didn't get on the other side, so I apologize. Anybody is more than welcome to text me and say, I'm crooked when we get done. All right, you guys. So from here, I want you to take this right hand, slide it down. Inhale, bring that left arm up and over by your ear. Feel the length. Good. When you're ready, bring that right arm up to match the left. Interlace the fingers. Breathe. 3 cycles of breath. And gently, slowly release that right arm. Inhale, sweep yourself up with the left and then down. Okay, from here, we're going to adjust our stance. So this left leg, it needs to come up and out as needed. Again, we're only looking at about 2 to 3 feet distance. And I want you to do this so that both full feet are on the ground and both headlights, both fronts of the hip bones are facing forward. So this should feel just a little bit like you're just in half of your walking stance, okay? When you're ready, exhale, sweep the hands behind. Gently lift the heart. And then exhale. Feel the hips move back. as you bring yourself forward, stopping halfway. Breathe. Allow this to be a place of rest. Just kind of letting everything absorb and let everything catch up. When you're ready, I want you to release your hands, place your hands on your hips, and we're going to play with our hips on this side just like we did on the other. So I want you to start by dropping into that left hip and lifting the right and just noticing how that feels in your body. Then gently allow that to release, come back to neutral, and then gently drop that right hip and lift and open into your left hip. Notice how that feels. And gently release that, come back to neutral. Breathe here. If you want to go ahead, bring your hands back. If you want to drop in a little bit more, feel free. And just feel extension. Okay, from here we're going to move a little bit differently. You're going to go ahead and bring your hands towards the ground. We want you to bend into both knees as much as possible. Step that left foot up. And then I want you to turn around gently, slowly. Find your block. Place your block back in between your hands. And from here, I want you to very gently or very mindfully, that's the better term, squeeze through the glutes. Bring your back up so you're either rolling your back one vertebrae at a time or you're coming up with a flat back, whatever feels best. When your entire trunk, all the way up to your head, stands upright, inhale, bring that block over your head. Beautiful, very nicely done. Breathe here. Now I want you to step your feet apart, slightly wider than hip distance. Exhale, gently bend into the knees. You're not going to go very far. I just want you to find flexion in the knees. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly roll the upper torso over to the right, staying stable through the legs. Breathe. Nice. Inhale, gently, slowly bring it back up. Exhale, gently roll over to the left. Breathe. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, gently lower the block. Okay, we're going to move ourselves into a little bit of a forward fold with a twist. So if you know that balance is an issue, make sure that you have your chair with you. I want you to start by bringing the right leg across and over the left. There you go, good. Got it? Good, here we go. Inhale, bring the block up. Exhale, very gently, very slowly, squeezing through the glutes as you need. Roll yourself down. Grab and use your chair as you need to. If your balance is going, what the heck are they doing today? When you come as far forward as you can and you have your paper towel or your block, find a comfortable height and just take a moment to allow everything to relax. Even though your legs are crossed, y'all, you can still bend into the knees and take the tension out of the hamstrings. You've got your block here to help give you balance. You also have your chair nearby in case you need it. And then when you're ready, I want you to very gently, very slowly walk the block over towards the left. Let the hips shift out just a little bit towards the right. Breathe. Slow, gentle inhale, slow, gentle exhale. Gently, slowly release, coming back to the middle. Soften here, forward. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly, roll yourself a little bit over to the right. Twist to the right with the torso. Allow the hips to shoot out to the left. Breathe. One more cycle of breath. Gently release. Bring yourself forward. Hands on the block. Squeeze into those glutes and gently bring yourself all the way back up. How are we feeling? When you're ready, unwind your legs. Woo! Do a little shaky shake. Okay. How are we doing, you guys? We okay? It's like, all right. This is what happens when I start looking at my resource books. They're all like, oh, I could do this, I could do this. It's like, okay. So here we go. You can blame it on the vinyasa book. All right. When you're ready, gently step the left leg in front of the right. Okay. And just know, you guys, what we're doing here, because we're crisscrossing our legs, is that we're actually confusing our brain a little bit. So if it feels really wonky and you're like, why is this difficult? We're not doing a whole lot. This is why. So when you're ready, gently, slowly, holding onto your block or your roll of paper towel, come down. Find that space. Doesn't have to be all the way down. It's comfortable. Remember, we've got our chair, so if coming part way really is the best for you, please use the chair. Please use whatever you need to, because remember, this should always be an invitation. Your body should always be going, wow, this is fun. This feels good. When you're ready, I want you very gently, very slowly, roll yourself again over to the right and allow the hips to move out to the left. Breathe. See if you can notice a difference with your opposite leg in front. One more cycle of breath. And then very gently, very slowly release that. Come back to the center. Let everything relax and release. And then when you're ready, gently, slowly ease yourself over to the left. As you ease yourself over to the left, let the hips shift over to the right. Squeezing a little bit more into that left side body. Slow, steady breath. And when you're ready, gently, slowly allow that to release. Come forward. And gently, ever so gently, lengthen yourself all the way back up with your block. And uncross your legs. Woo. Gentle sway. How are we doing, you guys? Okay, all right. We're gonna do one more on the feet, and this is gonna be a balancing pose. So depending on how strong your body feels, you can use counters, you can use your chair. It's whatever feels best. So this is what's really cool about going back to my resource book. I'm like, oh, awesome stuff. So basically what we're doing is we're going to start in a lunge, and then we're going to take it into a variation that's more like Warrior 3, but we're going to keep the front leg bent. It's like, oh, too much fun, too much fun. So if anybody wants a bazillion variations, let me know. I will send you the link for this book. So again, here's what we're going to do. I recommend, because we're going to be a little bit lower, to bring the seat of the chair towards you this time, or your countertop. Okay. So as you need, what you're going to do is, you've got your feet about a foot behind the chair or behind the countertop. I want you to go ahead and shift onto that right foot, and excuse me, that left, excuse me, try it again. I want you to shift onto your left foot and take that right foot and extend back. Okay, and come onto the balls of the feet. So we're back into a high version of lunge. Okay, so that left leg is bent, right leg is on the ball of the foot. You're going to remove your hands, and I want you to place your hands on the seat of the chair or the countertop. Now, you're going to use your glutes and your quads a lot more, because this knee is going to stay bent. So all I want you to do is shift your body weight, squeeze into those glutes, and lift that right leg. Breathe. You can flex through that right foot. You can point through that right toe. Please make sure this is not feeling grumpy in the knee. If it is, straighten the leg. Gently, slowly release. Roll back onto the ball of that right foot, and as your body will allow, straighten into that left leg, using the countertop or your chair, and just breathe here. Let everything relax. Let everything stretch and open. Really focus on your breath. Now, when you're ready, come back down to your hands, bend back into this left knee, and step that right foot up. Okay, when you're here, go ahead, lengthen. Hands come back to the hips. Shift the body weight to the right. Step that left foot back. Big step onto the ball of the foot. So now our right knee is bent, and we've got activation through the pelvis. Okay. When your body says yes, you're going to hinge forward through the hips. Hands are going to come to the seat of the chair. Keeping this right knee bent only as far as is comfortable. Shift your body weight and step up. Still with a bend in through the right leg. You can either flex into your left foot or point through that left toe. Either one. Breathe. Slow, steady inhale, slow, steady exhale. One more cycle of breath. Beautiful, you guys. Everybody looks fabulous. Gently, slowly rock back. Lengthen ever so gently into that right leg. Allow your body to fold. Allow everything to soften. And then when you're ready, very gently, very slowly, hands come up, step that left foot up. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Sweep those arms all the way out, up wider than your shoulders. Very gentle back bend, Urdhva raised arm pose. Breathe. And allow the hands to come together, down to the heart. And just pause. And then very gently, very slowly, let's come all the way back down onto our mats. Go team. Okay. All right, you guys. How's everybody feeling? Good? Yeah? All right. Okay. So We're going to do a couple of hip openers in case that wasn't enough. All right. So know that as you sit, if your hips tend to, or excuse me, if your knees tend to be higher than your hips, come back to a little cushion or a blanket. Okay. So we've got lots of variations of this, you guys. So I want you to be very careful with what your body is telling you. You may need 2 blocks for this one, okay? Not necessarily, but you might. So here's the deal. If you can lengthen off of your cushion and you don't feel like you're hyperextending the leg that's long, then you don't need a block. If it feels like when you bring your leg down that you are hyperextending that leg, then guess what? I want you to have a little padding underneath that knee. Okay? So first thing, we're going to go ahead and take this right foot. We love the right foot. We're going to bring it across. So all we're doing is a different variation of eye of the needle pose. We're just doing it from a different plane of gravity. Same posture, okay? So if this posture does not feel good in this plane of gravity, go back onto your back and do it there, okay? If you need to, place the block underneath the knee that's bent. So in this case, this would be the right knee, okay? So let's see, Lainey, what I would do is take your roll of paper towel and place it underneath that. There you go. Perfect. There, oh, much better, yay. Okay, good. All right, you guys, so from here, all you're gonna do is just very gently, very slowly begin to hinge forward. Coming from very low, you guys, this is where your hips meet your trunk. That's the place you're hinging from. So your spine remains long. If you need a little bit of extra support, you can always bring the second block in and place your hands on top of the block. But you're only going as far as you can in order to feel some sensation in with the right glute. Breathe. And then very gently, slowly, let that release, okay? So we're gonna do another variation with this, but now we're gonna use our straps or our tea towels, okay? So what you're gonna do this time is I want you to place the strap around the ball of the left foot, okay? There we go, lovely. As we do this, now we're gonna gently continue to flex into that left foot. We're gonna keep hinging from way low, down by our hips. If you wanna wrap hands around the strap, feel free. And now what we're gonna do is keeping our spine long, we're just gonna bend into our elbows. And notice that as you do this, this may change where you feel the sensation that wants to open. It may suddenly now move to your left leg. And breathe. And then very gently, very slowly, allow that to unwind. We're going to remove the block. And now I want you, I know that this is everyone's favorite, I want you to see if you can drop, you're going to bring the right leg across so that you're squeezing. The knees are more or less in line. So you've got your right knee stacked over your left leg. So pretty much we went from an open cross leg to a closed cross leg. Good. Feel good? Everybody got that? Okay. All right. And again, very gently, very slowly. Hinge from where the leg meets the hip. And when you feel that opening, I want you to stop. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is the sensation that you have. And breathe. And then very gently, very slowly, bring your torso up. Again, we're going to grab our strap, wrap it around the ball of the foot, just like we did before. We're going to do the same thing. So we're just going to curl forward, or lengthen forward would be a much more accurate term. Slow, steady inhale. Allow the spine to be long. Gently continue to flex into the foot as you bend into the elbows. And breathe. Feel the shoulders relax and drop. And then very gently, very slowly release that. Okay, one more piece on this side. You're going to now bring your knee up so that the sole of the foot, of the right foot, is on the outside of the left leg. Got that? So here's what we did. We did the crisscross, bring the knees down so that now we're on the lateral side of the foot. And from here, we're going to bring that foot and place it to the outside so that the sole of the foot is down. Okay, good. Got that? All right. So we're going to twist in both directions. So the first direction, I want you to take this left hand and I want you to bring it around and just hold the right knee. Okay. Right hand, I want it to come down just to the outside and behind that right hip. We're going to make this twist coming from our core and our trunk muscles. So you're going to squeeze through the right side. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, long spine. Exhale. As you exhale, gently twist to the right and squeeze through that right side. Breathe. Keep squeezing into that right side. And then very gently, very slowly, allow it to unwind. Okay. And I just checked my time. So that's going to be the one twist that we do on that side. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and lengthen. Now we get to repeat the same process on the next side. Go team. All right. So now the right leg is long. Again, put a bolster or something underneath if you're afraid of hyperextension. Bring the left leg across. Block underneath the left knee. Coming from where the legs meet the hips, gently, slowly hinge forward. Guess what? When you do it this way, it takes all the stress out of the shoulders because all you're trying to do is touch your belly to the legs. It's nothing else. So just breathe, let everything relax. When you find that beginning activation through the left glute or left hip, just pause, breathe. All we're asking for is invitation. And then very gently, very slowly release that, bring it back up, move into the strap. Bring the strap around the ball of the foot, gently helping it flex. And when you're ready, again, hinging from where the top of the leg meets the hip, gently bending into the elbows, slow, steady movement forward. Again, you are stopping when you find that invitation. And when you work on flexing the long leg, you might find it through that right hamstring. You might find invitation on that right hamstring before you find it in the left hip. And then very gently, slowly, bring the torso up, allow the strap to release. Moving the blocks over to the side while still keeping, still keeping the strap available. All you're going to do is slide that left leg over. So now we've made a tight crisscross with our legs. Beautiful, good. And from here, gently, slowly, again, coming from where the leg finds the hip, just slowly hinge forward from there. Looking for that invitation to lean into, to breathe into. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. Let's bring our straps. Place those around the ball of the foot. Good. Okay, and here we go again. When you're ready, slow, steady inhale. And on the exhale, gently bend into the elbows, flexing into that right foot. One more cycle of breath. And then gently, slowly release. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to bring the knee up, slide the foot in so that it comes just to the outside of that right leg. This time the right hand is going to come round and wrap around the left knee. Left hand, it's going to come back and behind. You can do this either flat or fingertips or fist, whatever feels best. This time, you're going to squeeze through the left side. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale. Long spine, and as you exhale, squeeze into that left side as you twist to the left. So you're using that left core, left trunk to help draw the right side around. So as you squeeze and shorten through that left side, you lengthen through the right. Breathe. And one more cycle of breath. Gently release, slowly unwind. Let's come all the way down. We're going to move ourselves into our final Savasana. So please prop yourself however you would like. We're going to do a little bit of micro movements before we move into complete relaxation. So gently bringing yourself down. You've got bolsters or blankets or whatever you need underneath your legs, or you can keep your knees bent however feels best. Just take 3-4 cycles of breath right here. And just allow your body to sink into the mat. Allow your body to begin to find that relaxation. So we moved mindfully with purpose today. This is the body's chance to integrate everything that we've done. So when you're ready, you can bring your hands to the fronts of the pelvis. Slow, steady inhale, and as you inhale, gently squeeze the glutes and bring that lower lumbar spine into a gentle arch. And it's so gentle, only until you can feel it. And then as you exhale, release the glutes, release the spine. Let everything relax. And it may take a few cycles of breath for you to find that. Once you have the back released, the pelvis neutral. Take a slow, steady inhale. Really fill the belly. And as you exhale, gently draw it in towards the spine and again up. And again, you're doing this without moving the pelvis this time. Just finding length into the lumbar spine. Let that release. Come back to a soft, steady breath. Then when you're ready, we're going to move into the left side. So as you inhale, I want you to gently prepare. And as you exhale, I want you to gently draw that left top edge of the hip up towards the ribs. And again, as soon as you feel sensation, pause. At the end of the exhale, let it relax and release. Feeling everything on that side soften. Feel everything on that side release and relax. And then when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, thinking about engaging to the right. And on the exhale, feel the top of that right hip lift and squeeze as it moves towards the right ribs. And again, slow, small movement. As soon as you begin to feel sensation, you're just going to stop and hold. At the end of the exhale, let it relax. And then from this place, as it's relaxing, everything coming back into neutral, allow your hands to come down by your sides, palms facing up. Allow your legs, if they're bent, to lengthen over the blankets or the bolster. Allow your eyes to close and allow your body to find that deep, deep surrender and softness. Feeling of safety, a feeling of relaxation, a feeling of being supple. Very gently, very slowly, begin to find your way back. Start with your fingers and toes, hands and feet, and allow them to make whatever movements feel best and most natural. Then when you're ready, let that awareness come back into the legs, back into the arms, and back into your breath. Taking a full deep inhale and exhale through the nose. If your body chooses, take a full deep inhale and stretch, lengthening the arms up over the head, fingertips to toes. Oh, bringing all of that awesomeness back into your body, breath, blood, lymph, everything. And then gently, slowly release. Draw the knees high into the chest. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself that really delicious hug. And then when you're ready, roll yourself onto whichever side feels best. And come back into a seated position. Hands to heart. Eyes gently closed. Smile on your face. Y'all, thank you so profoundly much for making time for yourselves, making time for your yoga, hopefully making time for a little laughter. I honor the divine in you, that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings